I think while Ben is actually occupied on feeding, you can tell that they're moving around a lot. How absolutely fascinating is that? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the vlog. I hope the start of your day is going to be absolutely incredible. We are supposed to get 5 to 8 inches of snow today, and it's supposed to start any minute. But like I've always mentioned, it is summertime all the time here at the Rep Arab. And of course, I've got my 2 little alligators with me here. I've got Salt. She is so cute. And of course, Pepper. I am going to weigh these guys later today, and Salt was 95 grams just before we left for Italy, and Pepper was 171 grams. I figured I'd let you guys down in the comments have a little bit of game. Why don't you comment how many grams you think Salt is and how many grams you think Pepper is right now. And I tell you what, if you guys guess, well, no cheating, so don't you watch for it and then go ahead and comment. If you guys guess for it, I'll pick like 10 of you guys and send some stickers out if you don't mind. So go ahead in the comments, let me know. Later in the vlog, we'll weigh these guys. So it looks like the snow apocalypse is finally upon us. They're saying that we could get up to 8 inches of snow. It's coming down. It's windy. It is really cold out here. Oh my God. Should be interesting, that's for sure. Like I'd mentioned, the storm is starting to really hit, which means, of course, lots of breeding. This action is a dragonfly het VPI axanthic bred to a big VPI axanthic girl. I suspect a lot of males are going to be hooked up with this huge barometric drop in pressure that really triggers a lot of python breeding. That was actually a pastel crystal bred to a pinstripe special, so we could get some super specials, pinstripe super specials, some crystals, all kinds of different stuff. Pretty awesome breeding there. That's that Cinny Cypress hooked up again. He's been a good breeder so far, and again, lots of stuff hooked up today. We already have probably 15 or 20 locks today, so a really good breeding day. But again, I expected that would happen because of that barometric pressure shift that happens when a big storm comes through. And again, that's just kind of a good tip if you guys are thinking about breeding snakes. Always try to get snakes together when you have a drop in barometric pressure, and that happens when like a thunderstorm comes through, a snowstorm comes through, something like that. So every morning when I wake up, I typically check what the barometric pressure was at night and what it's going to be in the day, and that really kind of helps me know, like, all right, if I have a specific female that I really want to get bred by a male, I'm going to put that male in during that time, even if maybe he's scheduled to breed another female that day. So again, just another tip that can help you if you want to be successful if you ever decide you want to breed snakes. So I made the decision that I'm going to increase the food on Ben and Jerry a little bit. Obviously, I'm always extremely nervous. In the first, month and a half or 2 months that we had them, we just been feeding them 1 mouse a week, and that's completely fine. But I feel like maybe they've lost just a little bit of weight. I don't really want to increase to 2 mice at a time because I don't want them to regurgitate, because you know what happens then. If it regurgitates, it may be a disaster. So what I think I'm going to do is, much like I feed my adult colubrids, I'm going to feed them 1 mouse twice a week. So today we're going to feed them 1 mouse for the week, and then in a few days from now we'll go ahead and feed them another mouse, if that makes any sense. Let's see if he'll eat. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah, there you go. Good job, guys. Good job. Now that I've had Ben and Jerry for a little while, I've been able to really observe the behavior. And one of the things I find very, very interesting is the fact that with a normal snake, once it starts eating, it typically stays relatively uniform when it comes to where it's settled at. It may move around to try to reposition a little bit, but what's interesting is we all know that Ben basically steers the ship. It's the dominant male. It not only does all of the feeding, but it also does most of the locomotion. Well, in this case, I think while Ben is actually occupied on feeding, you can tell that they're moving around a lot. They're literally cruising around the cage. And my theory is, and you can certainly see it in this video, is the fact that at that time, Jerry is taking over the movement. So while Ben is basically focused on eating, Jerry is literally moving around, and you can definitely tell by the position of the head that Jerry is steering the ship for sure. I find it very interesting that this is happening. In a way, you can even see all those really heavy tongue flicks that Jerry is doing, almost like he's looking for food too, but yet every time I try to offer him food, even when he takes it, he'll drop it once Ben is feeding. So again, I find it interesting, that behavioral trait. Is it the fact that Ben typically controls most of the things because he's the dominant male, but because he's preoccupied with feeding, Jerry looks at it as an opportunity to kind of take over? And then interestingly enough, they actually don't move nearly as much when they start to get the mouse a little bit further down almost like Jerry can then feel it in his body as well, and he's not as active. I find this absolutely fascinating. And there you guys go, Ben and Jerry, another meal. Isn't that crazy? I had never really even thought about it till I've been watching them the last couple times they feed, and every time I feed them, the same thing kind of happens. Jerry kind of takes over and starts cruising around. At first I was like, is Ben having a hard time eating? He seems to be moving a bunch. And then I started to notice that there was no doubt that it was Jerry and the way he was positioned that was doing all the moving. How absolutely fascinating is that? Update on the Snowpocalypse, definitely still coming down. You can see now there's at least probably a good 4, maybe even 5 inches out here, and we're only about halfway through the storm, so definitely coming down. I'm getting in the warm. What in the world is going on out here?
Dude, I'm changing waters today, and some of these guys are so food aggressive, they just come flying out. He had my finger.
I can see that.
And then he lets go. And I mean, he's constricting very tight, but he keeps going on to me like he's trying to consume my hand. Like, look, I can't get my hand. He's tightening really hard, but he's cruising around looking to where to start to eat my hand. So,
you little silly snake, you can't eat Eric.
Yeah, come on.
All right, give him a treat for being a good boy.
Yeah.
Made a few kind of adjustments here with the weather getting really cold this week in the snowstorm. We put some weather stripping over here. The other thing you really want to keep an eye on is the humidity levels in your building or your cage or whatever the case is. When you're in a cold climate, it gets to subarctic weather like this. Basically what happens, the furnace is on a lot. If the furnace is on a lot, even with the humidifier on the furnace, it's still going to dry the air out. So you want to do a little bit of extra spraying on your animals. Make sure the water dishes are a little bit fuller. Just little things like that, just to prepare for these really bad winter weather storms. All right, let's go ahead and get back to weighing my girl Salt and of course Pepper, and let me know in the comments what your guesses were. Please don't cheat. I'll pick 8 or 10 of you guys and I'll send you guys some stickers if you don't mind. So remember, Salt was 95 grams before we left for Italy. Let's see where she's at now. Come on, little girl. Look at that, 119 grams, 118, 119 grams, right in that range. Oh my God, that is absolutely incredible. Oh my gosh, Salt, I love it. And this was about where Pepper really blew up. Right when Pepper hit about 120, 125 grams, it just exploded and started adding a lot. So Salt, my little girl, you are so amazing. I'm so happy she's growing up. And Pepper was 171 grams. Let me know in the comments if you did good on the Salt guess, and let me see if you do any good with the Pepper. 171 grams, it has to have gained something. It definitely looks a lot bigger. Let's go ahead and see what he does. He's 221 grams, so that is a really big explosion. Almost 50 grams. Pepper, you absolutely chunker you. It's amazing that they're both doing so well. I am so happy that they're doing good. Like you guys know, when I first got them, I was so nervous, but after all, they're just alligators, right? So I am super happy about that. Pepper, you're looking amazing. Salt is looking amazing. Oh my God, I absolutely cannot believe I own these guys. They are so incredible. I swear to God, I walk in the craziest conversations between Noah and Eric. You're talking about like your family or Mary's family. They see ghosts.
They see ghosts, man. It was like the grandma's old house, and they all had stories from it, and the conversation got real dark and serious. They're scaring the crap out of me. And then on the way to the airport, oh, the house you've been seeing for a week? Oh, it's super haunted.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you didn't notice anything. So
I didn't even notice anything. Yeah.
Well, you know, kids see ghosts, so.
Kids see ghosts?
You didn't know that?
No.
Every kid sees ghosts. Comment down below. When you were a kid,
did you see a ghost?
Yeah.
I've seen some stuff. You know what freaks me out is when your dog's sitting there and then it just looks over at the wall.
This happened the other day. This happened the other day. Literally, Lori was sleeping. I was in bed just kind of watching TV, trying to go to bed. And Zeus jumped out of the bed and started barking at the wall.
Oh, dude, nope. Sell it. Sell now.
Phoebe does it all the time.
It's crazy. Do you know the other thing that happens is right at the top of the stairs? Have you ever noticed like Zeus will jump up and start scratching at the carpet? Phoebe does it too?
No.
I see Zeus doing it all the time.
Zeus does it now too?
Yeah, I see it all the time. The same spot. He goes to the same spot in the carpet and he starts scratching and scratching and scratching.
Phoebe has like 3 spots where she does that.
Oh my gosh. Are these like, these are probably like portals. Are they portals?
One of them is in front of the spare room.
Yes, I seen, yes.
Yeah.
Oh Oh my gosh.
I played with some Ouija boards as a kid. I'm
okay,
scared, man.
now I'm getting freaked out. I gotta go back to work, guys, because I gotta get freaked out. Oh, by the way, real quick, Noah is literally he's like just a couple hundred away from 100K. Please subscribe to Noah's channel. Get him over 100K today. Please do me a favor. I'll put the link in the description. Get over that 100K mark, and then we'll get in with Lucy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Some of you guys may remember that we had these pink tongue skinks actually next door at the Reptarium. To be honest with you, they were just so small. Look at how cute and small they are that you couldn't even see them in the display. So we decided to move them back over here to BHB, and we'll raise them up for the next maybe 6 or 8 months or something like that. And then once they're hopefully a little bit more sizable, they can go over again. Again, they're a really unique arboreal skink. Is absolutely incredible. And ironically enough, when they're born, they have like a black and almost like a bluish tongue. But as they get bigger, their tongue does turn pink, hence the name pink tongue skink. For those of you that don't live in a winter wonderland, this is what it's like when there's a big snowstorm. I'm going to get out of the Reptarium because I have to actually go home, shovel the snow and stuff like that. This is what I have to deal with just to get out of here. There's like probably 3 inches, 4 inches of snow on the top of my car. Fun times. Finally home. Look at how absolutely gorgeous it looks out here. I mean, I tell you what, as much as winter is kind of not as fun as summer, it is still absolutely beautiful. And for anyone that lives in the winter weather like we do, you know you have to shovel a bunch, because if you only shovel once when there's 8 or 10 inches, it's a pain in the butt. So there's not a whole lot of snow here, but I'm going to go through and just do a quick shovel just to try to keep it clean, because Lori should be home any minute. I want to make sure the driveway is good for her. Oh, and for the record, probably best for you to wear a coat when you're shoveling snow in this weather, but today isn't too bad. A couple days from now, we're supposed to be like -2 as a high, so I won't be outside without a coat. Probably not for that long, at least that day. But for now, this is certainly one of those times where it is about staying inside, getting in some warm clothes, turning the fire on, maybe watching a movie and chilling out. You know, this is the first night that I've been home early to kind of relax in probably, I don't know, over a month or so. So I am excited to kind of have a chill night. I'll probably have to go out and shovel one more time, but it is beautiful and I love it. And I'm wishing you guys have an amazing day, evening, whenever you happen to be watching. Your support is amazing, and I truly love you guys so much. Do me a couple favors before we get out here. Can you smash that like button if you like the video? Can you turn on those post notifications so you know when I upload a video? Make a comment down below. What do you think about our winter? Do you live in a winter area? Tell me what your favorite time of the year is. Be kind to someone, and I promise I will see you guys tomorrow.